So thanks for the opportunity to be here, and I'm gonna, I've really enjoyed getting to know this group of people much better, and the people that came last time, and hopefully to get to know some of you. And it's amazing what I thought I was going to say. I'm actually not going to say now because of what other people have said. So we've got the church, and we've got the sacredness, really, of the specialness of what we create when we take learners into a non-classroom, a non-traditional environment. We've got the importance of humility and what it means for students to realize that what I might say in a class has a whole new different meaning, or they might actually believe it when they see it pan out in the real world, or when they hear the patient say that. And then we've got the issue of time, and how these engagements and partnerships and the creation of these sacred spaces where we can all learn together really are not for the impatient, and they're not for they don't cooperate with our schedules. So our joke with our Honduras trips is that plus or minus 40 minutes is Honduran time. Our patients don't have appointments. They have a week of days when we're there at the clinic, and they can come on one of those days, and that's the closest we get to an appointment. I think that having gone through the development of one of our service learning courses from a completely non-traditional route, and watching it grow over the last 10 years into what has become an officially labeled university interprofessional education course, has also been a really interesting journey, because we started out, med students were taking these trips to Honduras, and they needed faculty, and so, okay, I'm gonna be a faculty. And then when we got there in the first trip, and I'm like, how did you guys prepare for this? Did anybody teach you anything? And they're like, well, sort of, kind of, not really. And so, like, okay, we gotta shift. And so we started doing this course even though there was no credit. It's just students who wanted to go on the trip. We got together and said, all right, if you want to go on the trip, you gotta show up for these 16 hours on Saturdays in the middle of your spring semester. And that turned into an elective course within the School of Medicine, which is, at that time, was really pretty easy. Almost anybody could create an elective course in the School of Medicine at that time. And that turned into a School of Medicine elective and a pharmacy elective with our pharmacy partners. So now we have two different courses in two different schools, but then we're also taking PT students, and how do we do that? Because they don't get credit, but these people do. And so now we've evolved to this place where next year we're gonna be an IPEC course through the Center for Interprofessional Education Collaborative Care on the MCV campus. And we're moving from completely non-traditional into a more traditional educational paradigm, but pairing that with the community engagement and involvement that happens through the service learning portion of the course. So I'm done, but I really appreciate thinking about things differently, hearing my colleagues talk. So thank you.